Hello, everyone. You're watching SK Live. I'm your host, Indranil Basu. Today, we are joined by Farokh Engineer, sir. Welcome, sir, and very happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Indranil. As I said, I've got a glass of champagne in my hand, not only toasting India's victory,
Yeah.
but because I'm 83 years young today.
Yes. Yes.
Not old, young.
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Cheers. But age is just a number. I mean, it's always been like that.
absolutely, yeah. I've always thought you got to be very positive in life. I've always had a very positive attitude.
Yeah.
You look at the bright side of things. We all have our setbacks, and I've had quite a few. But you look ahead in life and be thankful. I'm extremely thankful to my God, to my parents, my mother and father. Extremely thankful to them for everything they did for me. As I'm sure us Indians, we have that thing in us to be with our parents, which is they're not as close in the Western world,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I will always worship my parents and thank them for whatever they did for me.
Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
but sitting in the Western world, it's a special birthday for you. India won the Test match by 10
Yes,
wickets.
yes, indeed. Very, very pleased about that. But what am I going to do for the next 3 days? If a match finishes in under 2 days,
Yeah.
I mean, I've very rarely you come across test matches. I mean, we've seen wickets crumble and all that on the third and fourth and fifth day of a test match.
Yeah. Not
But
from day one.
what a magnificent stadium we've got, the Narendra Modi Stadium.
Yeah.
Beautiful stadium. Why couldn't we prepare a better wicket for, just to last? Okay, let the wicket spin. Sure, every team has a home advantage, and then they've got very good spinners as well. But it's a shame to finish a test match in just over a day and a half. It's not on, is it?
It's a bit
But
of a joke right now.
well, I mean, I don't
One
know
and
what
a
the
half days.
is back home. As an Indian, as a very proud Indian,
Yeah.
I feel elated that we won, of course. And humiliated the people who taught us the game, and I'm very, very proud of that. And I expected us to win in India, but this is annihilation. This is not a, you know, and I don't know what to say really. Congratulations to our boys.
Yeah.
They thoroughly deserved it, mind you. Ashwin, I mean, fantastic to get 400 wickets in only 70 odd test matches. That's an
70.
incredible achievement.
Incredible, really.
He
Absolutely.
deserves all the kudos he can get.
Yeah.
And Akshar Patel, when he got his chance, he was always behind Ajay Jadeja, really. And I'm sure if Jadeja had played, he
Yeah.
would have had similar results because Jadeja is a fantastic bowler, all rounder, in fact.
Sir, Ravindra Jadeja it is.
Ravindra Jadeja, naturally, yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
which
Yes.
other Jadeja is there?
You said Ajay Jadeja. He'll be happy hearing that, but it's
Oh, sorry,
Ravindra
did I
Jadeja.
say Ajay is a dear friend of mine? Yeah. Sorry,
Yes.
Ravindra Jadeja.
Yeah.
Bapu. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lovely cricketer, wonderful cricketer. Yeah.
So you don't you think it's been deliberately done to suit India? There's a lot been talked about the pitch condition.
I don't
Uh,
know.
uh,
I wouldn't like to think so. I wouldn't like to think so. But from what I heard and what the English press about the wicket, they said it was a nice green wicket which gives the seamers, the spinners, and the batsmen like a 50-50 chance.
yeah.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
There should be equal opportunities for quick bowlers, for spinners. In the first morning, you expect the ball to turn because of the moisture in the wicket. But then you don't expect it to crumble. You don't expect puffs of dust to come out. That is
From day
bad.
one. From
From day
day
one.
one.
Now that
Yeah.
is, 1.5 days the match was over, so naturally day one, and that is bad. That is not that is not Test cricket at its best. That's not. We want to beat them fair and square.
Absolutely.
And we are capable of beating them. Fair and square. We
Yeah.
got if they have got quick bowlers, we've got better opening bowlers. Jasprit Bumrah, Ishant Sharma, Siraj, and Yadav in the reserves. We we got a terrific attack. We got a terrific attack of spin, right arm, left arm in Akshar Patel and of course Ashwin, Ravichandra Ashwin. So
Yeah.
we don't need to doctor our wickets or anything like that. But if you notice, most of the wickets were out to straightforward balls because if one ball starts turning, that's in the
Yeah.
batsman's mind that every
Yeah.
ball is going to turn. And they were playing for turn, and the ball was going through the gate and getting them LBW or bowled.
Yeah.
Hardly any wickets were out due to excessive turn.
Yeah.
Did you notice that? So that's
Absolutely.
in a which people would argue that if straightforward balls the batsman can't play, then it's ranked bad batting. They should have
Absolutely.
batted.
But
England batted badly.
commercially too, it's not viable to
Sorry, I
sustain
lost
test
you.
like this if it gets over within 1.5 days.
Sorry, I've lost you. The connection.
No, I'm saying commercially it's not viable also to see
Not
a
at
test
all.
match getting
Not at all.
over.
Not at all. We lost 3 days revenue, although half the crowd, 50,000 people. But what about the people that have bought tickets for the next 3 days?
Yeah.
For the weekend.
Yeah.
It's unfair to them as well.
Yeah. But sir, how
But
how do
what?
you see the pink? Sorry,
How
sorry.
do I see this?
Now, how do you see the pink ball doing? I mean, it certainly swings a lot more, bounces a lot more.
Yeah, but
Uh,
it is not the swing. It is not the swing or the bounce that got them out. It's the mind. What was
yes,
in the mind. If
yes,
they see one or two balls start turning, then panic starts. How can we do that?
yeah,
Again, I think Gavaskar made a very good point. He said in Chennai they lost because they were now this the ball is coming slow. So the English batsman decided to play off the back foot.
yeah,
But in Ahmedabad, the ball was just coming a little bit quicker. With the result, they got caught in the back foot and were out LBW or bowled through the gate. So that you know, it was rank bad batting by England without a doubt,
yeah,
and I think
yeah,
they'll be the first to hold the hand up. In the first innings, to be out for just over 100 after winning the toss.
yeah,
If India would have won the toss and put England in, then they would have been blamed heaped upon us, like it was done in the Chennai in the second game. But this time, England won the toss and elected to bat, and they
yeah.
should have got a much better total than the one they got. So it was their fault, clearly.
And they got off to a good start. I mean, they were doing
Got off to a
quite
good
well.
start, indeed. But look at us. We were 94-3 in the you know, and then suddenly Joe Root, who's not even a bowler, he doesn't even bowl for Yorkshire,
Yeah,
suddenly came and devastating figures. But Joe Root is a very underestimated bowler. He bowled very well. He bowled quick, and he took advantage of the turn.
yes,
And
yes.
again, it's not the turn, it's not the spin that got the batsman out. That was in their minds. It's
It
the
was in the
balls
month.
that they played for a spin and went straight. If you look at most of the wickets, they were straightforward deliveries,
Yeah,
and they got out to them. So
yeah.
I'm afraid it's ranked bad batting.
It's
But,
little surprising to see the way they disintegrated after having a great Sri Lankan series. Then had a great opening test match in
well,
Chennai.
they know that cricket in Sri Lanka against Sri Lanka and cricket against India is a different cup of tea altogether. We are not Sri Lanka. We are. I'd like to think we are a far better, far more
Absolutely.
superior team than Sri Lanka. So there might be confidence winning in Sri Lanka easily. They must have, but at least they had the experience of playing, on our type of wickets. But they came across much better bowlers in our bowlers.
Yeah.
Much better fielding, much better bowling. So I mean, Sri Lanka might have given them a little false sense of security that we'll go to India you know and beat India easily like we did in Sri Lanka. I don't think there were any illusions when they came to India that they had a series on their hands, because India are a very, very, very formidable side. Like England, in England they are a very formidable side. Because the seamers, Anderson and Broad, but they must have misread the wicket as well. Having played Anderson and Broad, both, I mean, who are in the late 30s
Yeah.
in this heat, when the ball, okay, pink ball will swing for a few overs, but then it was spin that was going to dominate.
Absolutely.
Jack Leach is not like every club or every state in India must have better bowlers than Jack Leach. He's not an extraordinary bowler. And he was making our Indian batsmen dance all over the place. Joe Root, who is not even a bowler,
Yeah.
he comes and gets 5 wickets or 6 wickets for practically next to nothing. So it was the pitch, you got to say, and bad batting. It was mind. They had a mindset that
Absolutely.
we got to play shots and try and get as many runs as possible. Look at Ben Stokes, the way he was out in both the innings. I mean, Bairstow, he comes in, first ball, he's on a pair, he's on a zero, and he tries to hit the first ball for four. He was lucky not to be at just LBW.
Yeah.
And then next ball through the gate. So the mindset, they panicked. They were like rabbits in front of headlights.
Yeah.
For me, for as an Indian, it was wonderful to see that. But they were panicking. They were panicking at all, and there was nobody to control them except Joe Root. But again, he was batting with Ben Stokes, and Ben Stokes tried to hit it out of trouble. You can't hit against the spin all the time. You might hit one or two fours or sixes. You might get 20, 30 quick runs, but you can't carry on doing that. You got to have a better technique. Use your
Absolutely.
feet. None of the English batsmen are using the feet to go. The only way to play good spin bowling on turning wickets is to go to the pitch of the ball and smother the spin. That's what the
Absolutely.
good coaches will always tell you.
Yeah.
Go right up to the pitch of the ball and smother the spin and place the ball in different directions. You can't wait for the ball to spin and come play half-hearted. You don't know where it's going. You're in no man's land then.
And
So the
and
whole
and
batting technique was wrong.
absolutely. And playing the wrong line all the time with short backlift. You have to be. Entire thing is a sort of physics. It's a science. It's very
Absolutely right.
smooth.
Absolutely right. They were totally outplayed. But the wicket didn't really help. I mean, when they come to India, they know they're going to get turning wickets. Because our wickets are more dusty. They're not as green as in England. So with the result, they're bound to break up quicker than wickets in England. In England, in a test match, you won't see the ball turning till the third day. Third day afternoon maybe. That you're a good spinner. But otherwise, or from the rough. But from here, first morning or first afternoon, the ball starts breaking up. And when powder comes out of the wicket, when the ball pitches and the wicket bursts, that puts thoughts in the batsman's mind that it's a lottery batting, what to do. That's the time real skill counts. You saw the men out from the boys. They should have gone to the pitch of the ball and smothered it.
Absolutely. So
Like
are we
Ashwin
good?
did. Like Ashwin did in second innings in Chennai.
Yes. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
played magnificently. Full
Yeah.
reach, went to the pitch of the ball,
Yeah.
and he batted superbly.
Superbly. Really. So, but when we go to England, towards the end of summer in
Sure.
England. So, are we going to face a lot of music because what we prepared back in Chennai and Ahmedabad?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Because these things are quickly forgotten. The record books will say that we gave them a thrashing. But people look ahead. You know, okay, they're coming here. Over here, they won't prepare specially green top. The pitches are green over here. You know, the ball will swing and seam over here, without a doubt. But as I understand, England are knocked out of the ICC World Championships.
Yes, it could be India. One
Now
more test
that
win.
that will hurt them more than losing this Test series,
Yeah,
because the World Series is in England.
yeah.
Imagine England not playing in England, and Australia, who are not going to qualify, will qualify. That will hurt England more.
So, but if India would win the next test match in Ahmedabad, which is the fourth test match, India would
Yes.
qualify and play New Zealand in the final.
Yeah. 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 New Zealand have already qualified, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so Prashant is wishing a happy birthday, and Hari Bhatia is saying Virat after the match interview did say that batting on both sides were very much below par.
Well, I would agree. I would agree. The batting on both sides was below par, but our batting was far less below par than England's batting.
Yeah,
England's batting was way, way, way below par.
yeah,
And they've got to look at themselves and say that we could have batted much better. It's the first innings total of England that lost them the test match. When you win a toss and bat, make use of the wicket and get out for 112 or something like that, that's not on.
yeah.
You lost the game then at that stage. You
Absolutely,
bring the opposition back in the game. That's when England lost the match.
absolutely. But
Had
so,
they batted sensibly and put on, at least 300 or so, there would have been a game. They would have been in the driving seat, in fact, had they done that. They had an opportunity that they missed out. So they can't just blame the pitches. Of course, it was not a test match wicket,
yeah.
because no test match can finish in just over a day and a half. But they were ranked batting by England, for sure.
So, I mean, you of course praised Ashwin for his tremendous effort taking
Oh,
400
yes,
test wickets in 77 matches. Do you see
without a
him,
doubt.
I mean, taking over Anil Kumble as the highest wicket taker from India?
He's got a long way to go. Anil has set such a record, you know, even to catch Murli record and all that. They've got a long way to go. I hope he does. He's a wonderful bowler. He's a wonderful cricketer, in fact, and a wonderful person too. So
Yeah,
I really hope he does it. He's got all the makings in him. Apart from being an excellent off spinner, he bowls a very good carom ball. He's a
yeah,
very clever boy. He uses his head. He can gauge the batsman's weaknesses straight away and concentrates on them. He's a thinking man.
and the fact that he's batting well could also help his bowling to go
I would,
little
I
long.
would, I would class him as an all-rounder. He's got
Yes,
five Test hundreds.
yes,
You know, and
yeah,
taking 400 wickets in 77 Test matches. I would definitely class him as a one of the great all-rounders of Indian cricket.
absolutely. He is, and we are in an age of all rounders in Indian cricket. I mean, so many of them.
Yes,
Talking,
sure. I mean,
talk,
we are with so much IPL and limited overs cricket being played.
yeah,
I love the IPL. In fact, a lot of people criticize the IPL. IPL is the flagship of the world. Every country tries to emulate India, but they haven't got Bollywood. We
yeah.
have. So I mean, Bollywood and cricket mixed together, is a recipe for success. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to watching every game in the IPL. Yeah.
Absolutely. But the one gentleman who was a standout performer in this test match, he bowled effortlessly. That was Akshar Patel. Uh, if you would have been keeping today, what was special about his bowling? I mean, he just bowled. He was very disciplined with his line and length, quite immaculate. But what you found special
Very.
about his bowling?
He bowled. He bowled an excellent line and length. But if you notice
Yeah,
his arm ball, he went a bit lower. With the result, he was pushing it in quicker. And that's where he caught most of the English batsmen out. You know, thinking that it'll come. He was varying his pace, varying his spin, and of course, he was helped by the pitch, without a doubt.
Yeah.
One or two balls of his turn viciously. So that was in the English batsmen's minds that every ball is going to turn. With the result, they were playing for a turn and it was going straight. And they were being bowled through the gate.
Yeah.
That's clever bowling, bad batsmanship, whatever you call it.
But how do you tackle a left-arm spinner on a pitch like this, on a pitch like
Go
where
to the
it's
pitch of the
turning
ball.
square?
Use your feet and go to the pitch of the ball, right to the pitch of the ball. If you don't allow the ball to turn, if you go right to the pitch of the ball's not going to do anything. You're bound to get it connected on the bat. But if you don't, you play away from the pitch of the ball. You're allowing the ball to turn or come in through to you. It's like guesswork. You don't want to do that. A good batsman would go to the pitch of the ball and smother it. And all coaches would tell you that. Smell the ball, they would say. Go
Smell the
right to the
ball. So,
pitch
but
of the
are you also suggesting that when you're playing a left-arm spinner
ball.
on a
Any
turning track like
left arm, right arm, doesn't matter. Go to the pitch of the ball for a spinner and you won't go wrong. You can
okay,
work it anywhere. If you have
wow,
a flat blade onto the
yeah,
ball, you can't
yeah,
possibly go wrong.
yeah.
But if you wait for the ball to turn or come in, you're in two minds. And when the ball turns, you're in trouble. When the ball comes in, you're in trouble.
Are you happy with the
That's
fast
what the English
improving?
batsmen are playing.
Yeah, yeah. No, my
With
next
the who?
question is: are you happy?
Am I happy
Can
with
you hear
what?
me? Are you happy with fast improving Rishabh
Yeah.
Pant behind the stumps? Because who would know better?
Oh,
Uh,
yes, yes, yes. Really happy. Rishabh reminds me of my young days, And I would
yeah.
say he's vastly improved. He had
Yes.
originally had some technical flaws, but he has practiced hard, like Dhoni. When he came on the scene, he wasn't a great keeper, but he practiced. He worked on his mistakes. Rishabh has a wonderful eye, wonderful sense of balance, wonderful sense of timing. These are
Yeah.
three ingredients for a wicket keeper or a good cricketer. In fact, Rishabh would be successful at whatever sport he plays, I think, because once you have a sense of timing, sense of balance, and sense of anticipation, you can play any sport. And wicket keeping certainly needs these three things. And Rishabh has all of them.
Yeah. And
That
he's doing a lot of talking also behind the stumps, which is what his confidence is showing. When you talk like that,
all us wicket keepers are chirpy. We've always been. As long as you don't talk when the bowler is coming into bowl and all that. But I would say our attitude has been far, far, far better than what the Australians did to us. You know, and you could hear from the stump mic, the Australians were definitely, going beyond the red line. None of us approached that.
so I happy the way Rohit Sharma played in that
Rohit is a
particular.
beautiful player. Rohit can destroy on his day. He can destroy any attack. Very happy. He played brilliantly, and he set the tone. And
He said
Shubnam Gill, I'm so impressed with him.
yes.
He's such a talented player. He'll
Yeah.
go, he'll go far in life. When people like KL Rahul can't
Yeah.
get into the team,
Yeah.
just look at the backup that we have.
Yeah.
Because KL Rahul, for me, is a brilliant batsman.
Yeah.
He's
Absolutely.
really a top class batsman in any form of cricket.
Yeah.
And if a guy like him can't get in the team, then look at the standard of the team we have.
Absolutely.
Because I have exceedingly high regard for Rahul. And every
But
time I see the team and he's not there, I'm a little
yeah,
disappointed. But who can you drop?
who can you draw?
Young Gill, Shubnam Gill has played superbly. And I will always persevere with him.
So I remember talking to you after the Melbourne Test match last
Yes,
year, 31st of December.
yes, I
We had,
remember. Yes,
yes, and after that we praised a lot in that conversation. We had a lot of praise for Ajinkya Rahane. He's struggling right now against spinners. Why do
Well,
you think it's happening?
I think has got a good technique. He'll never struggle.
Okay,
Maybe you hit a bad patch. But Ajinkya is a brilliant person, a brilliant captain, and a superb fielder. The bowler gets so much confidence when Rahane is in the slips. Because he's very smart there. Brilliant cricketer. He's a brilliant captain. I have a lot of time for Ajinkya Rahane.
absolutely. We all
Wonderful
have.
cricketer and a wonderful
Absolutely.
gentleman too.
Yeah, that's so important for a batsman.
Yeah,
For a good batsman. But talking about England's temperament, they have the temperament of rotating players, rotation policy, which is being questioned in
I'm
in
not very
different.
sure about this rotation business. This rotation business is all Angrez theory. They're
Okay,
more into theory over here than practicality.
yeah,
I don't understand the rotation thing. I mean, Moeen Ali would have been extremely helpful to them for this thing,
yeah,
but they sent him to England for rotation.
yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me, frankly. But that is their policy. That is the modern way of thinking. And I'm a purist, traditionalist. I don't agree with all that.
Yeah, I mean, who wants to sit on the bench when you're scoring runs and taking
Yeah,
wickets?
yeah. And I can understand rotation policy for fast bowlers.
Yeah,
Huh?
which India are doing.
Yeah, yeah. I can understand that. That makes sense, especially in our conditions and all that. But otherwise, the rotation policy is a load of bull, I think.
But what do you see it happening? I mean, do you see England can square the series in the next Test match in Ahmedabad? It out mentally completely, as you said, it's mentally they've lost the series. Lost.
They are, you could see from their body language, their demoralized team. But they have a very sensible captain in Joe Root who will
Yes.
instill confidence in the boys in the next few days.
Yeah.
That come on, we're not as bad a team as we've been playing. We can certainly up the tempo, and I can certainly see a much better game, the second one at Ahmedabad. Again, I hope they prepare a slightly better wicket.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
I
embarrassing
mean,
for our
no one
country
can
when a
take
test
guarantee
match
of
gets
that.
over in 1.5 days.
No, but it definitely won't get over within 1.5 days. But it will definitely be a spinning track. We are going to play to our strength. That is for
Oh
sure.
yes, of course, and you can't blame that. Every country does that.
Yeah.
We can't prepare a green wicket if we want to. Also, I think that's because our soil is such.
Yeah.
The heat, the wickets crack up and all that. But you don't want it to crack up on the first morning of a test match. You want it to gradually deteriorate. That's the point. I played a lot of test cricket in India,
Yeah.
and never have I seen the ball pitch and bounce like that on the first morning. So
Absolutely.
yeah, we can beat them. We can beat them on any track. So no need for us to doctor any pitches or anything like that. We are good enough a team to do that.
But England, I mean, the England players, do they have it in them to come back? Because we've seen,
Yeah,
if you like,
certainly they do.
really,
They're
they,
professional cricketers. They're all professional cricketers, very highly paid. Surely they have the intelligence to analyze the mistakes. They will all be, in a huddle now, analyzing how each one got out, how they could have improved the game. They have a lot of talks. They have a lot of meetings, and they will discuss how everyone can up the ante, how everyone can contribute better to the team. Look at their own selves in the mirror, see where they've gone wrong, see where they can improve. Certainly, English boys have the intelligence to do that, and they will be doing that. You can be sure of that.
say in the past we had stories about Marcus Trescothick, coming to India, not scoring, getting into depression. Lot of things used to happen. But
Yeah.
is it different that England team and this England team? Is it somehow
Well,
different?
that's how come you don't find many Indian cricketers getting depression? How can you
Now,
get depressed?
other day, Virat Kohli also, confessed to that he was also depressed when certain things
Well,
happened.
I'm not. I'm not. How can you be depressed when when you're married to a beautiful actress? You know, who in his mind would be depressed?
Yeah.
They've got a child. So I mean, he's got every reason to be thankful to God.
Yes.
And so I mean, depression is more in the Western world. They talk about it more. We but a mind is such a thing that you can never know. Mind is a dreadful thing. But
Actually.
you got to. I think we have the strength, greater strength, to fight our demons in our body. We all have our ups and downs, but we got the
Yes.
mental strength to fight. And fight harder and play better, which maybe people like Chris Karthik and all don't have.
But
Jonathan Trott, who's their batting coach,
yes. Yes.
he must be hiding in his cupboard now. What the hell does a batting coach not tell them to go to the pitch of the ball?
Yeah.
I don't
That's true.
understand. These batting coaches are paid very, very, very highly, but simple basics they were doing wrong.
You have to have a good immune system like the Indians have.
Absolutely. Desi khana, dal roti khilao un log ko.
Dal roti khilao, sir. And it was such a pleasure chatting with you on your birthday. It's a dream come true for us.
Thank you.
Uh, Thanks a lot for coming on SK Live and sharing your sentiments, your thoughts.
You're always welcome, my friend.
Yes. So
All my
can I
good wishes to my countrymen.
absolutely? But is it
Always.
is it this test match will go down in history books as a historic one or something we want to forget very quickly?
Well, as an Indian, you want to remember it always. As an
Okay.
Englishman, you want to forget it as quickly as possible.
Absolutely, sir. Thanks a lot and wish you a happy birthday once again.
Thank you.
And stay healthy and see you very soon again.
All the
Thank
very
you, sir.
best.
Thank you,
Anytime.
sir.